Go on then, ready, 1, 2, 3. Stop. Go in your leapfrog. Come on, we've got to go downstairs, go find Dad.
I'd say Digby's a very cheeky chappy. He brings a lot of laughter and fun to our lives.
He is born to entertain. My pregnancy with Digby was very straightforward, no complications. He was just a typical newborn. We didn't actually get the diagnosis through seeing anything with Digby. It was his older sister who'd been having a lot of muscle pain. Someone finally, after a few years, did a blood test and said that she was carrying the Duchenne gene.
How old was Digby at that point?
Just turned 2. She was actually then diagnosed as a manifesting carrier, which means she has symptoms. Her future is not known. It was really important to get Digby tested.
We just had that news come through that,
It was Duchenne.
It was Duchenne, and
hearing those words just broke my heart.
So people with Duchenne muscular dystrophy have a genetic condition that they cannot produce the protein, dystrophy, that makes them muscle to withstand really activity, and therefore people with Duchenne, in time, they destroy their own muscle. At the moment, the mean age of survival is in the 30s.
sometimes you had a dream and you wake up thinking, that's not real. And then he comes bundling in the room, for that split second when you wake up. But
Yeah.
Initially, the muscle doesn't appear to have a problem because in the very young infants, there is not enough damage. But in time, the first symptoms appears.
He couldn't roll over and he couldn't hold his neck very well. And once you were told what it was, it kind of clicked.
6 or 7 is when they reach the peak of their activity. But then from that point on, they start to experience more difficulties walking, going upstairs. They start falling more frequently. And eventually, the respiratory difficulties mean that intervention is required because otherwise they may not breathe enough to survive.
I've heard too many boys, even of young ages, passing away with no warning, like heart, lungs. It's little things that get you half the time. I worry when he won't be able to hold me, hug me.
That's the most important thing to him, isn't it?
Yeah.
He loves a cuddle, and it's so loving because it's just so genuine. And when we can't do that anymore.
When he can't lift his arms, that's gonna...
In reality, at the moment, we don't have a cure. There are 2 therapeutic options for people with Duchenne, although they do not resolve the condition. One would be corticosteroid to diminish the level of damage in the muscle. The other are drugs to improve cardiac function. They have a lot of side effects because they need to be taken chronically for all life.
With medication, the steroid use, his weight has increased significantly, which is now making him struggle with mobility more. It's the vicious circle. If he doesn't have the steroids, he won't have the strength.
He's 10, but he's in 13 to 14-year-old clothes.
But his actual understanding and behaviour is about 5. When he asks, why is my belly so big? It's like, because you're strong, which, actually an irony, because actually it's the reverse, he's not.
When you get the diagnosis, it feels like a death sentence, but then you have these conversations with consultants and care teams saying, there is some research being done, and if there could be more focus on trying to find a cure for Duchenne muscular dystrophy, so many boys and girls who are affected
could have a whole different life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, why is it really painful?
Boys with Duchenne muscular dystrophy, most of them have a misspelling in the middle of the gene. And the analogy is like a bridge that is missing the central part and will collapse. Molecular patches that are already being used put a plunk in between the 2 part of this bridge. But the plank is not sufficiently sturdy to keep the bridge intact for very long. Funding we have from actual medical research is to understand what obstacles makes these patches not work as well as we want.
I went to bed one night with no Duchenne children, and the next morning I was a mother of a Duchenne daughter initially and now son too. And so anyone else in this world can have that happen. Progress can only happen with money, and money needs to be given from people that want to see that difference.
Yeah.
The research in rare disease is important for multiple reasons. There is a lot we are learning from the therapies in this rare disorder for more common disorders that affect muscle. So I think as a society, there is a long-term benefit.
That's why the research is so important, to give parents like us some hope that maybe one day there'll be a cure for this horrible disease.
Hope's a brilliant thing for a parent.
We all know what's going to happen, but just giving a little glimmer of hope, that kind of just keeps us going for another day, you know?
Yeah.
And that's what Action Medical Research is doing.